Yes guys, welcome to a brand new video. My name is Conan and today we're going to be doing a full day of eating only vegan foods. So let's get into it. So for those of you that are somehow unaware, being a vegan means you cannot eat any animal products. So no meat, no eggs, no milk, no nothing. So basically hitting your protein goals sounds like it's going to be very hard. But today's challenge is to eat at least 200 grams of protein. So let's get into it. So recipe number 1 is going to be a chocolate pudding and here's how you make it. Now the main ingredient may scare you guys away, but trust me, just trust the process, you will not taste it. So the main ingredient is going to be some red kidney beans. And now instead of using red kidney beans, you can use black beans as well. Or you can use any kind of bean really. As long as you use a bean, you should be good to go. So I know we're gonna think beans in a chocolate pudding, that sounds disgusting. And I know it sounds disgusting, but trust me, once you mix everything together, you honestly don't even taste the beans. So just trust me, and beans are a great source of fiber as well. And they're pretty high in protein too, which is great for most vegans. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab 1 cup of beans. You're gonna drain it with some water to get rid of all that excess bean juice because you don't want bean juice in your chocolate pudding. That just doesn't sound right. So you're gonna drain your beans, then you're gonna add 1 cup to your blender. With that, you're gonna add 1 scoop of vegan protein powder. I went for the chocolate mint flavor by My Protein. This is a pea protein powder and honestly it tastes delicious in my opinion. After that, you're gonna add 50 milliliters of almond milk with 30 milliliters of some sugar-free syrup, and then 5 grams of cocoa powder, 7 grams of some coconut flour, and then 20 grams of pumpkin puree. I believe that's all the ingredients you'll need. You're basically just gonna put it all into a blender, then you're just gonna blend it until it's nice and blended. And now you may have to blend it for a couple minutes and like scrape off the edges because the consistency does turn out pretty thick. So I really gotta like take your time with it, blend it for a couple minutes, turn it off, scrape off the edges, blend it again, etc, etc, until it turns out something like this. It should be like a nice thick paste. And now if you have the patience for this and the discipline to do this, I highly recommend popping it into the freezer for just about anywhere from about 10 to 15 minutes. You don't want it to be like hard like an ice cream, but just hard enough to kind of like be pudding like consistency. So once that's on, you can add whatever toppings you want. I added some fruit, so I went for a banana today, and let's give it a taste test. So here's the final product, some high protein vegan chocolate pudding. This looks amazing. Let's give this a quick little taste test. Damn, that's delicious. You do not taste the beans. Like, trust me, I'm not saying this because I made this recipe, but I genuinely, if you were to tell me, hey Conan, this recipe was made with beans, I'd be like, really? Like, I could not taste it. The main flavors I taste is the protein powder. So as long as you use a good tasting protein powder, you should be good to go. So wow, great start to today's video. So I'm gonna eat this right now for breakfast and then I'll see you guys for meal number 2. Now, as you guys know, I am not a vegan. I am far from it. I really do enjoy eating animal products. I like eating my chicken, my beef, my eggs, my other animal-based products. So I'm just doing this today for like an experiment. I'm not doing this for any ethical reasons, but I do know a lot of people that are vegan who also struggle getting their protein intake. This video is mainly just to give you guys some inspiration and really show you guys that getting enough protein while still being vegan is definitely doable. The only issue I have with people that say that the vegan diet is the best diet out there is that people that say that most likely came from a diet that was super unhealthy, full of processed junk food. Then they immediately switched to a vegan-based diet. Now, obviously, when you're a vegan, you're pretty limited to the amount of food you can eat. So once you go from being a junk food eater to like a vegan eater, I mean, most of your food options are eliminated. So you can't have any pizza anymore, no more fried chicken, no more burgers, no more just like fatty foods. And so obviously once you do transition from like a unhealthy diet to a vegan diet, you'll start seeing some pretty amazing progress and you'll most likely start losing some fat as well because you simply don't have access to, or you are pretty limited to the amount of food you can eat. And when you're vegan, most of your food options are pretty healthy and lean. And so definitely I think that people who claim that the vegan diet is better than or is superior than any other diet out there is I see where they're coming from, but it's a pretty extreme view, and I just recommend most people to follow, like, unless you're doing this for ethical reasons, to just follow a super balanced diet. Like, obviously don't eat processed junk food every single day, but at the same time you don't need to like be on the other extreme end of things and like be only vegan. Like, there's a happy medium here. Try to, like, again, eat most of your food from whole natural foods. Try to eat some lean meats, some high quality carbs, some whole grains, your fruits, your veggies, some healthy fats, and then the other 20% you can definitely still indulge in whatever cravings you have. Alright guys, I cannot see a thing, but I just had a phenomenal workout inside of the gym. The sun is shining, it is a beautiful day outside. Now let's go back home and eat a post-workout meal. Let's go. Alright, so I just got back home, currently looking in my fridge to see what we should eat as our post-workout meal. And I didn't even know this, but you really gotta be careful pretty much when you eat anything, because when you look on the back of the nutrition label, this is like Chipotle mayo. Yeah, there's like egg yolk. So yeah, that's obviously coming from an animal, from a chicken. So you really gotta be careful with these types of things. So always make sure to look on the back of the label of each product, because you never know, there could be animal products in it. However, I do know that tofu is vegan friendly, so let's make a tofu stir fry made with some vegetables and rice and just a bunch of goodness. Believe it or not, I've actually never had tofu before, so this is actually my first time ever trying it, so I'm actually really intrigued to see how it tastes. So basically how I did this was add 60 grams of rice into a bowl, and then I add some water to it, and then I add a bunch of salt to it as well. Don't ask me why I add salt to my rice, just try it out because it tastes really good. Like, if you haven't tried it already, definitely recommend it. Don't ask me why, just do it and thank me later. Basically cook the rice until it's cooked. Then with your tofu stir fry, basically all I do is just some carrots, broccoli, pepper, but you can use whatever vegetables you have on hand. Fry it up in a pan, add your tofu to it, and then add whatever sauce you want. I did some soy sauce and some sriracha on top with some garlic as well. And so that's basically what we have here. Super intrigued to try this out. So let's try this tofu, because again, I've never had it before. Honestly, it doesn't really taste like anything. I feel like whatever flavor you add to this will kind of like taste like that, because I mean, it's very squishy. Not sure what it reminds me of, but it's like, I don't know, it honestly doesn't taste like anything. So probably should have added a bit more seasoning to this. Yeah, it's a weird texture. I don't not like it because it doesn't really taste like anything, but it'll do. Next time I know that definitely I should add a bit more sauce or seasoning to this, but overall pretty good meal. So I'm gonna eat this right now. I'll see you guys for the next meal. Update, so it's a bit later on in the day and I am absolutely starving. It's been like not even an hour since I last ate, and I feel like the tofu, like it just had no substance to it. It was so flavorless, and I felt like when I was eating it, I just felt like it kind of like went through my body and just kind of disappeared. Like it didn't even like digest, it just went in my body and just disappeared. So in conclusion, I am absolutely hungry, so let's have the third meal of the day. Hey guys, so for dinner we got 2 boring plain potatoes, but on the side here we got a massive thing of this stuff right here. It's by Yves and it is Italian veggie ground round, whatever that means. So I actually have had this before and it literally tastes just like normal, I won't say beef, but it has the same kind of texture and consistency. So added some ketchup, tomato paste, jalapenos, and some other seasonings on top. And here's what it's looking like. Quick little taste test for you guys. Honestly, that is not bad at all. I really like the tomatoey, the hotness from the jalapenos. So overall, solid little meal right here. It's actually really big as well. So I'm gonna eat this right now, and then I'll see you guys for the 4th meal. Already, I was currently going on a post-dinner walk, and obviously by eating vegan for just a day, I'm not going to see any like noticeable effects. One thing I have noticed, however, is that my digestion throughout the day has been like insane, because I feel like every time I consume dairy products, specifically like yogurt, milk, and even like whey sometimes, it kind of doesn't sit right in my stomach, whereas like all the vegan products just tend to digest really well with me. So that's definitely something I've noticed right away, but obviously like I won't see any like other effects unless I do this for the long term. But yeah, I pretty much just noticed that in one day, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, currently letting the food digest a bit because that was quite a big plate. So yeah, after this walk is done, I'll see you guys for the 4th and final meal of the day. We got a pretty big bowl here. Like this is pretty massive. Like it's pretty much the size of my head. So pretty large bowl here. So what we got here is 60 grams of oats with 15 grams of chia seeds and 1 chopped apple, all mixed into a bowl with 500 milliliters of water. And now I know what you're gonna say, that is a lot of water, but trust me, the oats and the chia seeds really like absorb all that water along with the apple as well. So basically you're just gonna mix that together and mix it until until it's mixed. And also with my oatmeal, I like to add a lot of salt to it as well. So add your salt and cinnamon as well. And then once they are cooked, you're gonna add your protein powder to it. Obviously it's the vegan. I'm using the banana bread flavor by My Protein, and this is arguably one of my favorite protein powders ever. Even compared to normal protein powders, I really like the banana bread flavor, especially the consistency, because as you guys know, on this channel, we sludge up our protein. We don't just simply mix our protein with our oatmeal, we sludge it up because the consistency of vegan protein powder is actually super thick and just unreal. So definitely highly recommend to sludge up your protein. To make your sludge, all I do is just add a bit of water, mix it until it's like sludgy consistency, and that's pretty much it. You're gonna add it on top of your oatmeal, and on top of that, just to get some more fats into our diet, we added 2 tablespoons of some peanut butter, and that is pretty much it. Super big bowl here, pretty high in protein, high in healthy fats, good carbs, got some fruit in here as well. So yeah, this will be the last meal of the day. And before we go, obviously you already know we gotta give this a taste test. So here we go. Can you focus, please? Like, what? How are you still focusing on my head? Please, please, please. Oh, that's so annoying. You're so annoying. There we go, there we go. Oh shit. Ooh. Okay, anyway, taste test. Super thick. Like literally all the water does absorb all the oatmeal and chia seed. Apple tasting really good as well. Overall, solid meal. So the total calories for today were 187 grams of protein, 362 grams of carbs, and 51 grams of fat. So in the beginning of today's video, I said that my goal was to get at least 200 grams of protein. And I mean, we didn't hit the goal, but we got pretty close, 187 grams, which honestly is plenty for me. All I really needed was just to get 1 gram per pound of body weight, and obviously I succeeded that, so I'm well beyond my protein intake. And for most people, this is pretty doable. Like initially going into this challenge, I thought to myself, getting my protein intake is going to be quite hard because obviously I can't eat any meat products or animal products. But honestly, in today's world, there's so many different vegan-friendly, high-protein options in the grocery store. So I think it's definitely doable to get your protein intake as well. So my final thoughts of being vegan for a day is that it is definitely doable. I didn't feel any better in particular, really. I mean, I pretty much felt the exact same. Granted, I only did this for a day. I should probably do an experiment to see how I feel after doing this for like a week or even a month. But honestly, after a day, you're not really gonna notice anything. And the biggest thing that also kind of bugged me was that the cost of buying these vegan-friendly foods like the tofu and the vegan ground meat was quite expensive compared to like normal animal-based products. So yeah, definitely if you do this for like the long haul, it's definitely gonna be a lot more expensive. But however, if you're doing this for ethical reasons, then please keep doing it. But if you're doing this just to be healthy, I think you can definitely still be healthy while still implementing animal-based products into your diet. But then again, just everything in moderation. So with that said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to go give this video a thumbs up. I would highly appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.